Well, ladies and gentlemen, top of the AM, you know what time it is. CUTTHOAT, Doot Doot Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT, Cutthroat Radio Podcast. I said CUTTHOAT, Boo Doo Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT, Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Top of the AM, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, niggas and bitches, hoes and punk ass, suck ass, fuck boys. Top of the AM. I am your host, Young Rizzle. We got a good one today. We're going to talk football. I got my notes. It was so much to write down. I just felt like keeping it short and sweet as far as letting y'all know the topics that we're going to be talking about this morning. It's a little stuffy in here, a little hot when I walk through the door. I turned the air fan on. I got my display together, but I want to close the door so we can do the jingle, get everything fired up real fast, and then once I get going and playing my little music and whatnot, we'll open the door and we'll get some ventilation in here. But I didn't want to play the music, to disturb anybody else. But top of the AM, it's Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Top of the AM, it's updates and announcements. I got topics I want to talk about, biased and non-biased. You know how we do. I got photos from the wedding. I got things going on. I got a new addition to the thing. We got Jacka in here now. Jacka done made it home. We're gonna talk about that. Let me turn on the speakers. I don't know if I turned the speakers on. I didn't turn that one on. Let me make sure I turn all the speakers on. Yep, that one's on. I got night bars. I got this. I got that. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a good time. But before we do all of that, let's get right into it. Not talking about everything. First, I'm not going to go into detail, but I want to let y'all know the topics for today that's on there. We're going to talk about, first and foremost, I don't own the rights to the music. You guys already know that. Doing these projects right now, working on a lot of music. I don't own the rights to it because I'm working on the style, the techniques, the deliverance, my writing, my verbal, my creativity, imagination, etc., etc. And so I don't own the rights to the music right now, but we're going to play some anyway and have a good time. Top of the AM to Facebook, IG, and YouTube, and other streaming platforms, wherever this is going to go, and all the stuff like that. Links are in the description, YouTube and TikTok. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so by clicking the link right there in the description, right up top under the top of the AM Facebooks, and you will go straight to my YouTube channel. When you get over there, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and get all of the latest and greatest updates and all of that stuff over there, past tense and present. So, first off, going into this, it's just a beat I'm playing. It's not nothing I wrote to or anything like that. I'm feeling the vibe. I like the sound of the beat, so I just wanted to bring that to my audience and have a little fun. Going into number one, September 11th, I just want to send out my condolences. Today, 22 years marks the anniversary of 9/11. We're going to talk about that, get in depth. Number two is the NFL week 1. We got a lot of description right here. It's a lot of notes, but we did write down all the scores. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into all my notes and everything because there's some juicy notes, not just for the 49ers, but for the Cowboys, for the Raiders. The Saints is having a little struggle over there. Derek Carr, we're going to talk about him as well. Tyreek Hill, he's doing an awesome job over there with Dolphins. I got some notes. I got notes. Moisture, he over there too. They're going to be some issue over there. So we're going to get into that. Dwayne Pauletich, Rosemary and Dwayne Pauletich, as it says on my list up there. That's my brother from another mother. This one here in the middle. Your boy got married. We got the photos from that. We're going to talk about that. I definitely want to talk about that and just get into that because that was beautiful. It was a blessing to be a part of that. And that's life. I want to celebrate life. I don't always want to go to funerals. It was better to go to a wedding than a funeral, finally. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about it. BG is home. We're going to talk about that. He looked like a crackhead. He looked smoked out. We're going to talk about it. Oh, my God. Number 5, Bestie Boys. They got a street named after them. We're going to talk about that. Renal, top of the morning. Keon, top of the morning. Jamal, top of the morning. Renal. I see y'all up there. Thank y'all for tuning in. Updates and announcements. Topics. Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Beastie Boys, number 5, we're going to talk about it, where they got that street at now. Number 6, we're going to talk about that. All the artists now look the same, dress the same, sound the same, snitch the same. We're going to talk about it. Jim Carey, number 7. He was the first to do it before Soulja Boy. He got his 3 films that hit number 1. Was the first actor to have 3 films go straight to number 1 in the same year, 1994. We're going to talk about it more in depth. It's one of my favorite actors. Prime Time is number 8. We're going to talk about that as well. I got some stuff to talk about over there. He's shutting all up the hate and the doubt up. He's don't even say nothing about Prime if you ain't got nothing good to say. Number 9, rest in peace to one of our fallen soldiers out there in the Crest-Side, California, Nehemiah Strong. Definitely got to send my condolences. Definitely got to show my love over there. Number 10, Be Humble. We're going to talk about it. Gordon B. Hinckley. We're going to definitely talk about the quote. Gordon B. Hinckley. And what that means to be humble right there. And so, going back up to the top, before we even get going, y'all know how we do. We're going to play a little bit of this cut here. Okay. We're going to get into this little cut right here, right? I don't own the rights. It's going to start over. Top of the morning, Tonio, I see you. Motherfucker, nice right here, spicy. It's a storyteller. You can get deep with it, or you can have fun with it and just, you know what I'm saying, wild out, like metaphorically, just go crazy, nuts with it. You know what I'm saying? Or you, like I said, you can get real deep into a story and get on it. You know what I mean? You can just get on this and go nasty. It's raspy. All right, well, y'all know what we do. That was definitely a something. I don't know what, but let's just get right into it. The juices are rolling. I got people on here. Top of the morning to everybody. I see everybody on here. Harold, Jabbar. I see y'all up here. So let's just go right into it. September 11th. Today marks 22 years. Let me open the door real quick. My bad. It's just way too hot in here for me. Because we on scorching fire. Okay? Now y'all stay here with me. Don't worry about this. I'm here. And it's just getting started. Now listen to this. I got that breeze coming here. Thank you, Jesus. It is a God. Wow. All I had to do was open the door. There is a God. Yeah, the beat. Thank you for liking the beat. I appreciate that. That beat is nice. I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to do my thing. September 11th marks 22 years. The World Trade Center Twin Towers was leveled by the terrorist attack. And so we don't celebrate it. We're just sending. I'm here on Cutthroat Radio Podcast. I'm just remembering the day And the day of, I remember driving, I was getting a ride to Napa Valley College. I was on my way to college. This was my 2001. So it was my first semester at Napa Valley College. And so when that happened, the World Trade Centers, the first one, we was in the car, and the second one, I was actually on campus when that happened. So my heart is real heavy, and it goes out to those that are still grieving from this tragic event 22 years ago. The families have never recovered from this, and they're still going through the grieving process and everything, even 22 years later. And I just want to send a condolences and a moment of silence for those. World Trade Center, Twin Towers. Twin Towers. Wow, it's 22 years. It just went by. It seemed like it went by so fast. Yeah, I know y'all worried about my setup here, but don't worry. Let's go right into it, man. That's something right there. The Twin Towers. The families is not. There's a memorial over there now. They built up a memorial. It's not the Twin Towers no more, no, but it's like a memorial over there. You can go over there, and a lot of folks go over there to remember the family members that they lost. People go over there, take photos and stuff like that. Me personally, something like that is not, you know, maybe the people younger, but for me, that's, you know, my heart is real heavy for them people. Seriously, sincerely. Cutthroat Radio Podcast, and nothing but condolences, prayers, and remembering that day. Very, very tragic. Very, very tragic. The World Trade Centers, Twin Towers. There's a lot of names like encarved in the memorial. I think on the walls and all of that stuff out there. You can go out there and take a peek and look. Me personally, I'm not finna go out there and snap photos with it and get to posting it all on. That's not. It's a little too much. Number 2, let's go right out. Get this out the way. Get this out the way right now. Oh my God, get this out the way. Let me just slide this over. I didn't even want to set my display up right yet. Let me get my display up here right now, because you stupid ass niggas is gonna say something, right? And I'm gonna get mad right now. I'm gonna get pissed, and I got a lot of display. I got so much display, I got traveling display now. I travel with my display, just in case I'm at somebody else's house and my team lose and I gotta knock my display off. Now, let's get into football. I think I might want to close the door on this one. Or at least have it shut somewhat. Okay. Now, I say, Purdy, Robotic Body is better than Jimmy G and Carr. My point. Here we go. I got Brock Purdy's. Now, this is not comparison of why I'm saying this. The reason why I'm saying that he's better is because right here it says, first QB in history to win each of his first 6 career regular season starts and throw at least 2 touchdown passes in each start. This is why I'm saying this, but follow me. Adamantium Purdy, I call him Robotic Body or Adamantium, is also the first QB in NFL history with a pass rating of 95 or higher in each of his first 6 career regular season starts. So, and when I say this, I'm not saying he's better than them because of longevity and things of that nature. I'm saying the boy was Mr. Irrelevant. I'm saying he coming off the bench stronger than them. He's doing what they couldn't do in their rookie seasons. Now here's the thing. I'm not and I never discredited Jimmy G or Carr's performance or their career or their record or any of that. I never did any of that. My post was basically saying I said that he was better than them based off of how he came off the bench. Mr. Irrelevant. He wasn't even going to see the field. Now, Durante, I'm glad you're here because you was one of them. We were having a debate. Now, I hear you with all the stats because I got the stats right here in front of me. I can give you Jimmy G stats. I can give you CMC stats, Brandon Ayuk stats. I can give you Samuel stats, Jay Moody stats, Jackson stats. I got all these motherfucking stats written down right here on my paper. But the stats, and they do mean a lot, because yesterday's scores count for today's ball game. But here's the thing I'm saying. You got this rookie quarterback that nobody even thought of, heard about. And because he got in the game, Jimmy G was injured. Right, I give you that. Now, that's true. If it wasn't for Jimmy G getting in, and thank you, Jimmy G, for being injured. Thank you, God. There is a God. You injured him right on time. Thank you. Point is, though, Jimmy G didn't do that in his rookie year. Carr didn't do that in his rookie year. And they was off the bench. I mean, they was whatever draft of the pick quarterbacks at that time. You know, the stats is right here. They was high on the pick. Mr. Irrelevant is low on the pick. That's low on the pick. They couldn't. Now, and again, I'm not discrediting Jimmy G. Let's go Jimmy G, 49ers. Jimmy G has got us to NFC Championship. He got us all the way to the Super Bowl. He has a passing rate of this, that, and the third. He got paperwork. He has a paper trail. I didn't discredit his performance. I didn't discredit none of that stuff that he did. I'm saying the reason why I'm calling Brock better than him, because Brock got a longer time to go. Jimmy G getting ready to expire. It's finna be over with for Jimmy G, in the next, 3, maybe 4, 5 seasons? If that. He might retire faster than that. If he failed this season, it's over with for Jimmy G and the Raiders. It's over with. This is the last stop on the go. Good morning, cousin Trish. This is Playboy. I see you up there too as well, Sean Wilson. It's over with. Do you understand that? If Jimmy G don't perform and handle business this season, kaput, career done. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so they didn't have this, and I got to touch bases on what they did or didn't have. Because in a comparison to what they did and didn't have, Durante, absolutely right. They did not have what Brock Purdy has. They did not have that. Oh, well, Jimmy G did have that in 2019. No, it ain't. It's not false, because Jimmy G did have the weapons in 2019. We went all the way. He had the opportunity. My assessment ain't false, because if you got the weapons in front of you, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. 2019. What happened in 2019 when we got all the way to the show and was on dancing but couldn't finish the dance? Yeah. Well, here's my thing. The reason why I'm saying he's better is because Brock Purdy has longer to go. These two other quarterbacks that I'm saying he's better than does not. Their careers are shorter than his. He's gonna outplay them. Purdy has to win first. He already won, Durante. He's better. I'm saying he's better. Durante, and you on my team, if you don't, I can't go against the grain. So what we're not going to do is, get out the way. What we're not going to do is argue in front of everybody, Ronte. We got to take this off of the... No, let's go. Let's go into it. So, first week, Brock Purdy. 29 completions for 220 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions, 3 sacks. 29 attempts. First QB, blah, blah, blah. Adamantium, blah, blah, blah. CMC, 22 yards. Rush, 152 yards total, 1 TD, 65 yards long, 1 fumble. Okay. Brandon Ayuk, 8 targets, 8 receptions, 129 yards, 2 TDs. We had a great game. We had an awesome game. Samuel did his thing. Kendall did his thing. Mitchell did his thing. Jennings did his thing. Wisnowski did some things, and Jay Moody was able to do his thing. Jackson on defense, 3 sacks, but that wasn't Nick Bosa. And so again, we are machine. So I get what you're saying, cuz that Carr didn't have what he was supposed to have, the weapons he could have had or was supposed to have, or what we have when he was on the Raiders. And I understand that. But he's over there now at the Saints, and he doesn't look good with the Saints. Now, the Raiders get their win over the Broncos, 17-16. Jacobs, 48 yards, no TDs, long 7, no fumbles. He really didn't get a chance to get off. He didn't have really, nobody blocking him as far as on the run. He couldn't really wiggle or nothing. Jimmy G, 26 attempts, 2 completions, 200 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions, no sacks, and he rushed for 9 yards. That was a good game for Jimmy G. That was a good game for Jimmy G. And that's the numbers he put up with us before. That's why I can't discredit him. But what I'm saying is, he'll get all the way to the thing and can't get over the hump. My boy Barack, give me my bottles before I even start. The quarterback we got now, Robotic Body. Durante, if you don't listen to me, Durante, listen, Durante, since you know everything, sports announcer, riddle me this. Why is Brock Purdy the first and only quarterback, even over Tom Brady and Joe Montana and Dan Marino and Cunningham and all of them, Mike Vick, all of them? How is he the only one that did this? How? He overshined all of that with this right here. Off the bench, Mr. Irrelevant. He gonna be great. Better than Carr and motherfucking Jimmy G. I'm saying it now. Where we at? Adams, 19 targets, 6 receptions, 66 yards, no TDs. He couldn't buy a TD yesterday, Devontae Adams. But the game was good. The game was still good. They won. A win is a win. I'm not going to sit there and do the, barely won and all of that stuff for the Raiders. It's not even about the barely won. They won that game. And what I like about the whole entire structure of the Raiders right now is on defense, they are killing shit. You got to look at Crosby. Look at Crosby over there. He is off the hook. I'm talking about off the hook. That boy is off the hook. He looked like he on Titi. I said they was on Titi yesterday. Gotti was like, no, they ain't on Titi. And then as soon as somebody messed up, he was like, yeah, that's the one that's on Titi. I cracked up. Listen, it was a good game, though. Very, very good game. Very close. But no matter how it is, ugly or pretty, a win is a win. So, they got the win. Kudos to the Raiders. Cowgirls, let's go here. Cowgirls pull off a blowout, 40-0. Dak is rusty. 3 completions, 24 attempts, yards, 143. No TDs, no interceptions, no sacks. But again, no TDs. So a rushing TD or a passing TD, no TDs over there for Dallas. So he's rusty. You got to figure it out. Pollard rushed for 14 yards, 70 yards, 2 TDs, and then 1 fumble. Trumpet, 3 received passing plays, 14 yards, 1 TD. I can't even read my own scribble scrabble. God damn it. No receivers scored a TD. I couldn't even read my own scribble scrabble right there. I had to remember what I said. No receivers scored TDs yesterday on the Cowboys, and so they got to figure it out over there. A lot of the stuff happened on their defense. I was watching that game just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. Defense win that game though. But it is what it is. You got to give your hats off to what the Cowboys accomplished from seeing them last season to this season. Dak was a little rusty out there though. He got to pick up the pace. He got to get into the groove of things. He looking a little squabbish. Where we at? Dolphins, they win. It was a 36-34. Mostert and Hill, they gonna be issues. Man, that's a lot of stuff going over there. 10 yards rushing for Mostert, 37 yards for Mostert as well. 10-yard rush, 37 yards total. 1 TD. for Mostert. 15 targets, 11 receptions, 215 yards, 2 TDs for Tyreek Hill. So a lot of stuff is going on over there for Dolphins. They looking good. Not too many issues over there. They walk away with the win and things of that nature. We're going to go over the list of wins. I'm just doing the stats. Carr, 23 completions, 33 attempts, 305 yards, 1 TD for Carr, 1 interception, 4 sacks. They got something going on with that offensive line over there. So they gotta protect Carr better than that. But he got 305 yards. He did get 305 yards, but Carr known to throw it though. Carr known to get that ball off. So I don't know. I'm talking shit. I just think Purdy got a long. It's gonna be he's the way he's playing right now against these two that have been in the league longer. Purdy is going to outdo both of these guys. And that's just my, and I know I'm saying it ahead of time that he's better, but I just, that's how I feel. I think Purdy is better than Derek Carr and Jimmy G. That's just how I feel. Them two are, and again, these two guys are good quarterbacks. It shows it on paperwork when they want to play, when they're healthy and they can do what they do. But when Brock is healthy, look what he do. Y'all looking real good, or is it Steelers just suck? Now, see, let's go back up to you. See, now, you see what I didn't do? With the best roster in the league. Yeah, we got to, okay, Durante. Listen, Durante, listen. Your argument is valid, and the debate will continue and go on. My Brock, robotic, Durante, I told you, let's go to the inbox. Robotic Brock, Adamantium Purdy, okay? First off, he got adamantium in his arm. A win is a win. Fuck all that. First off, he got adamantium in his arm. And you know what adamantium is? Indestructible metal. The same metal Wolverine used to have for the claws. Okay? 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 Yeah, Lewis in here. Wait a minute. Shiggity and Lewis in here. I see Shiggity talking about Broncos are trash. A win is a win. Fuck all of that. You're right. Ronte, listen. Let me have my moment. And this is my moment because this is the show. But anyway, I'm just fucking with you. I ain't going to do that. But what I'm saying is, and your points are fucking valid. I have no argument with the fact that them points are valid because it's actually facts. It's all facts. But I do speak facts as well. The longevity is what's going to outshine Jimmy G and Carr with Purdy. Purdy is a young Joe Montana. You can't tell me he don't look like a young Joe Montana, Steve Young mixed out there. You can't tell me he don't. You got the scrambler because Steve Young was the scrambler, and you got Joe. Joe is precision. He just had the knack. He just had it. That he has surgery, and I'm gonna tell you, he said we don't know that yet, though. Purdy already has surgery. The reason why Purdy has surgery is because I told him to have surgery. I was the one that told him to get the robotic body. I said, you know what? Now is the time to pay for the robotic body, Purdy. Do it. And he said, you know what, Shab? Right. It's time for me to do it. And I said, buckle down. It's gonna be a roller coaster. And guess what he did? He imbued himself with the adamantium. He's indestructible. It won't rust. It won't break. It won't bend. It won't melt. Okay? This work all the way. Durante, I told you to go to my inbox, and you still didn't. Okay? And you on my team, Durante. Durante, I can't even get the bottles up. Get the bottles up, Shop. If you don't get it out, Durante, go over to my inbox. I told you, let's not argue in front of these people. These people don't need to know how passionate we are. We only need to know that. Nah, that people need to know that passionate, but they don't need to know that we arguing. Go over to the inbox. We can't show them our that we breaking. We gotta show unity. We can't show division. We gotta conquer. We gotta multiply and add. We can't divide and subtract. We can't show these people. No, Durante, absolutely right. All play and laughter to the side. Your facts is all facts. I totally agree with all of that stuff you're saying about them individuals. More so about Jimmy G because I know you're a big Jimmy G fan. And that's not to throw slander on Jimmy G or anything. I'm just saying, and I don't have a hate for Jimmy G. I do have a hate for Jimmy G. I can't stand him. And if I see him at the supermarket, pow! For all of the big shows and the games you lost, and you didn't win the dance. No, I'm just playing. Shanahan and John Lynn, they're on the chopping block right now for me. If I catch them anywhere at a 7-Eleven, pow! No, I'm just playing. Let me keep going because I don't want to get distracted. Lewis, listen. What is wrong with your team? Because, you know, you could have won that, Lewis. You could have won that game. And so what they did to y'all was number 7, y'all. It was number 6. Y'all could have put a freeze on they beating y'all and all of that, but you didn't. So I don't even know why you're here. You should go and tell your team to throw the whole entire team away today. Let's go down the list. Where am I at? Saints and Titans? Okay, wait a minute. Whoa. Back up. No, I did Saints Titans. No, Carr, Carr. No rushing TDs and only 1 receiving touchdown bums. That's what the Saints is. That's what I said about Saints. Let's just go down the score. Let's go down the score because I don't want to hold y'all too long. I know y'all got to go back to work and all of that. Scores. Lions and Chiefs, 21-20. Lions won that. Panthers versus Falcons, 10-24. Falcons got that. Bengals versus Browns, 24-3. Browns got that. That was an upset. Wow, that was an upset. Jags and Colts, 31-21. Jags got that one. Bucks versus Vikings, 21-17. Bucks walked away with the win. Titans versus Saints, we just talked about that, 16-15. 49ers and Steelers, we know we walked away with that, 30-7. Where's Quez at? Where's Quez in them at? Why Quez ain't here? I should have tagged Quez too. He had all of that to say about my team. Quez, if you don't get in here now. Keep going. Cardinals, Commanders, 16-20. Commanders won that one. Texans, Ravens, 25-9. Ravens walked away. Packers, Bears, 20-38. Packers walked away. Raiders, Broncos. We know the Raiders won. Whoop-de-doo. Eagles, and they got that 17-16. Eagles, Patriots, and Lewis. That again. How did you allow them to win? You stupid, Lewis. I spent all that money on that, and I told you to make sure them not to win. And you did that. Anyway, Eagles, Patriots, 25-20. Eagles walked away with the win. Bird. Dolphins, Chargers, 36-34. Dolphins got that win, and that was a really good game right there. That was an explosive game. The kicker. You know what? Lewis, I will get my bottles and I kick them all around this damn office. Kicker my ass. You should have won that game. Dolphins got that. Rams, Seahawks, 31-13. Rams walked away with that, and I have got to call my auntie and let her know today. Cowboys, Giants, 40-0. Cowboys walked away with that. And the Cowboys defense, wow, my God, I can't believe that. I can't. I tagged Lau and Harold, and I told them, you bet not lose. And they didn't. Gotta give them credit. Wow. First week was a monster. It was real in the field. Real in the field out there. A lot of upsets, a lot of misconfusion. Plays was read wrong. A lot of penalties on all of the in all of the games. Just a lot of different, things that are changing for the NFL as far as penalties wise and taunting. Like, you can't even taunt no more. It was a time where you could do the link, you get in their face and taunt or whatever. You can't do none of that no more. What's the name? He caught the touchdown, did the little taunt while he was still on the ground. And boy, that was he missed an extra point and 2 field goals. Tell me that ain't kicker. Russ was on. Well, here you go. That is, it could be the kicker. Or it could be just y'all bums. How about that, Lewis? Trash. In the words of Bubba Dub, trash. John Elway is rolling over in his coffin. Trash. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Shannon Sharp is asleep on the couch. Trash right now. Give me something to drink. Give me something to drink. Yes, he is. Do I got any more notes? Got anything else? No. Oh, and this is what I want to say though. Going back up to our kicker, Jay Moody. He was. I can't wait till you lose. I'm gonna drive you in the dirt. Lewis. Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. Lewis, you done fucked up now, Lewis. I'm getting all of my display because of Lewis. Lewis, you're on my radar. Get out the way, fan. Get out of my way, fan, before I kick you out the way. Right now. Lewis, this is all you right here, Lewis. I got something to address with Lewis Farrakhan. Hey, Lewis Farrakhan. I gotta find it on my display. Lewis Farrakhan. Listen, Lewis Farrakhan. I got your number. Okay, Lewis Farrakhan? All right, Lewis Farrakhan? I got your number, Lewis Farrakhan. Here we go. Lewis. You got something going on with Denver, and it could have been a win over there. But like you said, your kicker, Mr. This, Mr. That, and you sit here and you tell me, and you threaten me on my show? You tell me that if I lose, you coming for me? Ain't that a... No, Lewis. I'm coming for you. Ain't that a bitch? Talk that motherfucking shit to me, Lewis. This is Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Anything goes. Anyway, football. First week of football. It was very exciting. Everybody was on the edge of their seats. I was waiting for the Raiders to lose. They did not. You're lucky. And you bet not lose your train of thought, you Raider fans out there. I swear to God. And for you, Lewis, now, you're on that shit list. You wasn't, Lewis. I really didn't have no funk with you. But you just threatened me on national TV. You threatened me on national TV? Time out. Ain't no way I'm letting you escape my wrath now, Denver. You are cooked Broncos now. Cooked. Well, you lost your first game, opening game, boo, boo, boo. Kudos to everybody that won. We went down a list. We talked about it. What I was going to say is Jay Moody did a good job. He was messing up during preseason, but he turned around and did a good job. What's up, Pig? I see you on here. He turned around and did a good job. Defense, again, Jackson on defense got 3 sacks, not Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa really wanted a sack, but he didn't get one. Samuels, he was out there shucking and jiving. He was getting his feet wet, getting into motion. Kennels did his thing, getting into motion. Mitchell was doing his thing, getting in motion. Jennings doing his thing. Wisnowski was doing, was able to get in there and do some things as well. And he said, yeah, y'all better go 16-0. If we lose, it won't matter as long as we get to 16. I mean, not 16, 15, that's what I was trying to say. Listen, now you threatening me. Now you threatening me. And see, listen, Lewis, I was going to give you a break. I really was. I didn't want to do. Hey, what's up, Pig? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Big stepping. 49ers out there, and we got some big weapons. A big stepping. Now, listen, it's okay. I know you guys think that your team is going to go the long haul. I don't see it happening. Lewis, you can't even put the Raiders away, and they trash. You know that? Why couldn't you put the Raiders away? you couldn't put them away because they're better than y'all. Denver, how about that? They still trash, but they're better than y'all trash. Let's go on. I see us winning the Super Bowl. I see us getting number 6. Quest for 6. If y'all say any disrespectful shit on this podcast right now, I swear to God, I will knock all of this shit over. We are getting number 6. Let's keep going.